Hello, welcome to Yin Yoga, and today our peak pose is going to be frog, but we're going to come into that a little bit differently than we normally start and do with our preps. So we're going to start on our backs today. So if you need something, behind the head, like a little pillow or whatever, that's fine for this first thing that we're going to do. And you do want to have, a strap today, and go ahead and have that strap handy within your reach. And as you come onto your back, good. I'm just going to pull one of my blankets over here. I like a nice little neck pillow. Good. Just kind of get situated here, rolling the shoulders back. Put a bend in the knees to start. Good. And your arms can just kind of go out to the side as they need to. And then we'll just close our eyes and drop into the heart space. Now go ahead and come into your breath, expanding that rib cage as you inhale, engaging a little bit more into the belly as you exhale. So the intention today, or the things I'm going to give you, are positive affirmations. Just because it's real easy to get into a funk. So if we change a little bit of what we tell ourselves, we can manifest more positive things, less negative things. We can have a little bit more happiness and joy. Now keep staying with the breath, and as you breathe, gently take your head and neck from side to side here. Good. And then we'll take the feet about mat width apart. Now, if you're not on a mat, then come a little bit wider than body width apart. And we're just going to go into a nice little windshield wiper here. Now, you are taking the spine into some rotation. So you want that belly button to be nice and in so we can protect that low back while we open up the low back a little bit here. And it's okay for opposite hips, to come up off the floor. You take it to your body's limit. So everybody looks a little bit different. Good. We'll come back to center. One knee at a time. Take it into the chest. And see if you can hold the backs here. Take the knees as wide as the shoulders. And then as you tug the knees in, could you find a little bit more length here from crown to tail? And when you're ready, we'll slowly lower those feet back down. Now I am going to remove my blanket from my head here. If you want to keep yours there a little bit longer, that's fine. But we're going to start off into a supine twist. So just nice and easy. And I forgot to take the timer with me, so I'm going to come up and do that. Good. Okay. So from here, one knee at a time, we're going to come to tabletop. So knees are over the hips, shins are parallel to the floor. Arms can come out to your side into a T. And then when you're ready, we're going to take those knees over to the right, keeping the left shoulder grounded if you can, working to the left. Now, some people might need to have to put a blanket or something in between here. That's fine. Breathe and expand. 2 minutes. Of course, now that I'm here, my body's telling me to put something under here for just a little bit more comfort. There we go. Oh, that feels so much better. All right. So coming back to positive affirmations, how about every moment of every day, I am becoming more positive. Every moment of every day, I'm becoming more positive. Maybe even smile a little bit here as you soften the face. And expand that rib cage, making room for more positivity. Soften through the hips, soften through the face. Good. From here, we'll take the head back to center. Good. One leg at a time, removing any props. If you used any, we'll come back to center. Bring the knees back into the chest, and we'll rock side to side. And again, let's gently take head and neck from side to side. And when we're ready, we're going to take that over to the left. So I'm just going to have this blanket handy over here in case I need it on the side. Knees back in tabletop, knees over hips, shins parallel to the floor. Inhale, exhale. We'll take those knees over to the left. Good. I don't think I need anything on the side. Your right shoulder is mostly grounded. Head can turn to the right. Breathe and expand for 2 minutes. I choose to experience life in a positive way. I choose to experience life in a positive way. Again, breathing and expanding, opening up that side body, the heart body, for positive manifestation. Relax through the face and smile. And then from here, head will come back to center. Gently take one leg at a time, being mindful of any props if you used any, back to center. Good. We'll take a little wiggle here from side to side. And then I'm going to take my hands behind my knees again, pulling in, finding that length from crown to tail. And then we're going to kind of settle into a corpse pose here for a moment. So different things for different people. You're fine to just kind of come long. Notice how you feel. We're only going to be here for 1 minute. Or if your back doesn't want to be there for 1 minute, put a bend in your knees. It'll still accomplish the same purpose. So whenever you're ready, drop in. Reconnect with a positive affirmation. Good, and then from here, gently bend the knees if they're not already. Reach beside you, grab that strap that we had ready, and we're gonna start to open up the hips here. So I'm gonna take my right foot into the strap. Remember, you can also use a stretchy band or a belt. They'll all accomplish the same purpose. And let's just kind of open up a little bit more here. So I've got a strap in each hand, and I'm just gonna let that leg come forward and come back. Gentle tug, forward, come back. Now I'm gonna choke up a little bit more here. I don't wanna come to my maximum stretch. We'll ease into that, but find a little bit of a micro bend in that knee. Upper body is grounded. And choke up on the strap as needed for more. Breathe and expand. Good, and then from here, when you're ready, we'll gently back off a little bit. Both straps are gonna come into the right hand, and we're just gonna take that leg out to the side, both hips stay grounded, back up center, to the side, and pause. You might need to wiggle around or do a tug to find your sweet spot, which is okay. And then while here, what about today I choose happiness and peace? Today I choose happiness and peace. Your left hip's gonna stay grounded here, so if it's popping up, your leg is too far. Good, and then we'll come back up. Good, remove this foot from the strap, put a bend in the knee, hand's gonna come to the knee, find a little circle here, about 3 or 4 in one direction, and then 3 or 4 in that opposite direction. Good. Left leg's gonna come long, your right knee's gonna stay bent, left hand on the outside of that right thigh. Just get a little bit of a crossover here. So we're not coming all the way over. You just wanna come to the point where you start to feel that stretch on the outside. And those of you that want to, if you want something a little bit more, you can lengthen that leg here. Now I'm still trying to keep my right shoulder grounded. Good. And we'll bend that knee and come back center. We're gonna switch sides now. So we'll take our strap. We'll put our left foot in that strap. Good. A strap in each hand. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll take that forward and come back in and tug. And forward and come back in right before your max. Stop right there. Breathe and expand. And today I choose happiness and peace. Today I choose happiness and peace. And when ready, release both straps into the left hand. Good. We'll take that leg out to the left and then bring it back up. And out to the left, we'll hold it out there. Right hip stays grounded. Good things are happening to me every day. Good things are happening to me every day. And even if you're at a point where that doesn't seem like that's true for you, flip that thinking, start saying that to yourself. And see how you manifest positive things. Good. And we'll come back up. Good. We're going to remove that strap. We are done with the straps. You can completely put it out of the way if you need to. Good. Left hand on the left knee. Make some circles here, about 3 or 4 in one direction, and 3 or 4 in the other direction. Okay. And then from here, keeping that knee bent, right leg's going to come long, right hand on the outside of that left thigh. And you're just going to turn it to the right just until you start to feel that stretch on the outside. And then you can start to stay there, or you can lengthen that leg if you'd like. Left shoulder stays grounded. So today I'm focusing on only what I can control. Today I'm focusing only on what I can control. When you're ready, we'll come back in. Good. Taking both knees into the chest, we'll rock, rock, rock side to side. We're going to transition up to a seat now. So in the way that's best for you, carefully roll over to your side and push yourself up into a seat. Just change that. And we're going to come to a seated wide-legged forward fold. Some people call it firefly. Some people call it different things. Good. And I'm going to sit up on a blanket today because my hips are still a little tight. So it's an icy day in Kentucky. I'm just going to do that. Okay. So from here, left leg out, right leg out. Good. Come to an anterior tilt of the pelvis. So the hip bones are going to rock forward and your tailbone is going to come behind you. If you're really tight in the back side, you might want to prop something up under your knees just so that they don't hyperextend here and that they become a little bit more comfortable. So always take care of yourself. Good. Zipping up, big inhale, exhale, hinge long spine as you come forward. When you no longer can fold with that long spine, bring those hands down. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. So as your body settles in, let it go where it needs to go. And also pay attention to your legs and your feet, toes, knees, hips, face the ceiling. They don't turn inward. So correct that if you need to. I'm breathing and expanding. I'm relaxing my shoulders. How about another affirmation? Every day is a chance for me to start over. Every day is a chance for me to start over. So one bad day is not the end of the world. Every day is a new day to start over. Start again tomorrow. Now, another thing you can do here, we're about halfway in, just as an aside, if you ever find yourself, you can always bring in a bolster or some folded blankets here for upper body support, if that's something that you need to do to help keep a longer spine. So just know there are things you can do to make this pose more positive for you. Remember, every day is a chance to start over. Begin again. We're breathing and expanding that rib cage. We're relaxing through the face. Soften a little bit more through the hips as they start to open up. Breathe in some joy, a thought that makes you smile. When you're ready, carefully walk yourself up from there, fingers behind the knees, and just kind of bring that in. You can find a little windshield wiper here if you need that. Maybe, some kind of little spinal twisty. Find what you need. And then we're going to set up for some supported side bends. So some of you that have a bolster might bring that in and you'll lay sideways across the bolster. If you don't have a bolster, but you've got some other things, you've got some other options. So if you've got a couple blocks, you can take those blocks, you're going to put them side by side, just like this. And I'm just now realizing I've got two different shades of blue here. And then you can put blankets over those blocks to soften that a little bit so it doesn't feel as harsh. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is if you've got a couple blankets, you can fold them as so and stack them just like that, or have one blanket, fold it, and let that be the level you need as you side bend over. Okay, so different things for different people. Find what it is you need based on what you have. And then from here, I'm just going to start on my left side first. So I'm going to come here. Good. Reset the timer. Good. And then I've got my bolster all the way up against the hip. I'm just going to come over here. Your legs, just do with them what they need to be comfortable. So some people are going to be a stack, maybe not so much a stack. You might have one long leg, two long legs, whatever it is. Good. And then if you need to support the head, you're welcome to do that too. Good. I'm going to take my top arm over and I'm going to breathe, and I'm opening up this right side body here. There it goes. I thought that was about to come out. Good. So here's another affirmation. Today, my words will be positive and encouraging. Today, my words will be positive and encouraging. Or if you have to, give somebody some not so great news, try to give them some good news or something in there in some way. Remember, you can deliver not so great news in a way that doesn't tear somebody down or make them feel like crap. So today your words will be positive and encouraging. And it's okay if you cough here. Sometimes we hold on to things in the heart space that we're not aware of. So when you're doing these side bends and side openers, sometimes that release comes up and out as a cough. So if that's happening, let your body do that. Don't hold it in. Your body needs to get rid of that. That'll probably happen to me on the other side. So I choose to experience life in a positive way. Today, my words will be positive and encouraging. And then from here, in the way that's best for you, carefully come up, slowly come up. Good. And if you need to, again, do a little twisty here, let yourself do what you need to do. And then we're going to take that to the other side. So I'm just going to bring my bolster over to the side. I'll scoot down a little bit here. Good. So again, reset your props, whatever it is that you're using. You want it to be all the way up against you. And then when you're ready, you'll side bend over there. Good. And we'll take that for a couple minutes. Excuse me, I knew that would happen. I knew it was coming. Good. My mind is filled with positive and joyous thoughts. My mind is filled with positive and joyous thoughts. And breathe and expand into that left side body or whatever side body that you have on top. Relaxing through the face. If you need to soften somewhere, bring a little softness there. Every moment of every day, I am becoming more positive. Every moment of every day, I'm becoming more positive. Good. And then just as before, in the way that's best for you, carefully come up from there. Good. And again, if you need a little gentle twist, just kind of take that. Notice how you feel now on both sides. And we're going to come to a real quick extension before we come into our pigeon. Well, we're going to do pigeon today, but we're going to do that after frog, before we come into frog. So let's do that through swan or sphinx, depending on your level. So remember, you can always have that folded blanket right under the pelvis if you need that. I don't need that today, but I'm going to come onto my belly. Good. So just as a review here, remember Sphinx, forearms are down, tops of the feet are in the floor about hip width apart. Shoulders can be over or behind the elbow, and you're just going to kind of press that floor away from you, taking that heart a little bit more forward, relaxing the shoulders, belly button is in, no crunchies in the back. Those of you that want to go beyond that, any height of your choosing, including coming all the way up, you can, but you don't want to get into this hanging pattern here, and we don't want to hang in the low back, so you want to be supported. So I'm going to be gentle today and be on Sphinx. We'll do this one for 3 minutes. So that might impact which one you choose, but you can always start out with high seal and lower down the Sphinx at any time. You can always come out of something at any time if it's no longer working for you. And so, still going with positive thoughts and affirmations, we'll take a small break from that. Think of something positive that you're looking forward to. So, that could mean a trip, visiting someone's coming to visit you, a fun event that you've got coming up. The pandemic, moving from pandemic to endemic or epidemic, something a little bit better than pandemic. Something positive that's coming up for you. Good. Now I have a tendency to tighten and grip my hips here. And I just caught myself doing that. So if you are doing that too, see if you can positively relax through there. Zip up a little bit more through the front body. Careful not to hang in the shoulders or the low back. Tops of the feet are in your mat. Something positive you're looking forward to. Maybe you're looking forward to more than one positive thing. I am. So let your mind go through that myriad of all these positive things you're looking forward to. Notice how it might make you smile or become a little bit more at ease. And then from here, when you're ready, good. We're just going to lower down from there, make a crocodile. We're going into crocodile. Make a little recovery pillow with your hands. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle through those hips. Relax the shoulders. And you've got an option from here. You can stay here longer if this feels good to you and what you need. Or hands can come under the shoulders. Press back and take a nice roundy child's pose here to counter that extension you just did with some nice flexion. We're going to prepare for frog. So I'm going to undo my blankets here, just so I have more cushion for my knees when I come out on this one, because I'm on a hardwood floor. Vinyl floor that looks like wood, to be more exact and specific, but it's still hard surface. Good. And so once you have determined how much cushion, if any, you're going to take here, because some of you will no doubt come into the half frog versus full frog because that's just a better option for your body, then we will come into that. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring my bolster forward. So those of you coming into a half frog, I'll demo that real quick. You'll come onto your belly, and then you'll take one leg. It doesn't matter which leg you start with. And you're just going to pull that knee up. So you want the hip and the knee to be in alignment with each other, knee and ankle to be in alignment with each other. And then you can just kind of come down here like this, or the other side. And then about halfway through, you'll switch sides. Okay. Those of us that are coming into the full frog, good. We'll start from all fours. I'm going to go ahead and turn my feet out to the side. Big inhale, exhale. I'm going to slide my knees out here. Good. Now, I can't come all the way to the floor today, so I'm going to bring my bolster in here for some support. Okay. So if you're on a bolster or folded blankets, what have you, again, same as half frog, hip and knee in alignment, knee and ankle in alignment. Okay. And we'll do this one for about 3 minutes. There is one other version of frog if you want to play with, taking the heels a little bit more together, shifting back just a little bit more. So it's not quite a child's pose. Should feel a lot different in your hips if you're going there, but just know that this is a version too that you can play with and try. There's different ways we can do frog. And as you become more open, not just in this particular session, but overall, then you might find yourself less and less dependent on props like a bolster for more upper body support. Breathe and expand. Relax through the hips if you can. Remember the power of positivity. We're coming up on the halfway point here. So if you need to change a side, change legs, do so. Change a version, do so. Good. So I'm just going to come back and do that one. Folding a blanket a little bit here. Woo! It's deep, but I like it. I'm ready for it. And today, I will radiate good energy and positivity. Today, I will radiate good energy and positivity. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, good. How you come out depends on what you did. So I'm just going to take one leg at a time, long behind me. I'm going to roll over to my side to remove my folded blanket. Good. And then one more time, little crocodile release here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. And whenever you're ready to move, we're going to set up for pigeon. So hands will come under the shoulders, pressing yourself up. I'm just going to leave my blankets right where they are. And if a belly down pigeon is not for you, remember you can always come onto your back and do that figure 4. We're only going to be here for a couple minutes. And you can also fill in any space you have with the pillow, folded blanket, what have you. So from here, let's start right side first. So from tabletop, I'm going to drag my right knee up behind my right wrist. I'm taking my right shin at a little bit of an angle here, and then I'm going to slide back. So if that right hip does not come to the floor, prop that up or come onto your back. Good. And then you can choose to stay up here or come down. Choose what works for your body. Good. Today, I'm only focusing on what I can control. You can't control the fact that you might need to be on your back versus your belly. But we can work on it progress by practicing in a safe manner. Taking your body into a pose or variation that it's not ready for without support is unwise and will not yield a positive result for you. Today, I am focusing on what I can control Release the face by smiling. And when you're ready, based on where you went, we'll carefully come out. So if you went down onto belly down pigeon, we'll carefully come up out of there. Good. You can extend that right leg long for a moment. If you're on your back, just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. And those of you that are on your back, you're just going to switch legs. Those of you that are coming belly down now, good. We're going to drag the left knee up behind the left wrist. Left leg is coming into that little bit of an angle so that the calf muscle doesn't get tangled in there. And then we're going to find where we need to be. Now, I'm not completely comfortable here, so I'm going to pull this up. Good. Oh, and that instantly feels much better. So this is where I'm going to be here. Good. 2 minutes. Breathe and expand. Remember, every moment of every day, I'm becoming more positive. My mind is filled with positive thoughts. I have positive things to look forward to. And relaxing through the face. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, good. Carefully come up out of there in the way that's best for your body. So I was belly down. I'm going to reach that left leg back here for a moment. And then when we're ready, good. We're going to find ourselves on our back. We've got one more little thing to do here before we come into Savasana. And you can go ahead and have a little neck pillow if you like that during your Savasana. And we're going to, once you come onto your back, just kind of settle in. Let the knees bend, go back into that nice little windshield wiper. And then if it would feel good to you to take the knees into the chest here real quick, go ahead and do that. And then we're going to come to the little supine twist with that psoas muscle opener. So I'm going to take my feet down. I'm going to take them as wide as the mat. I'm going to let my knees go towards the right here. Good. Now I'm going to press the inner arch, the inner part of the left foot into the floor. When I do that, that takes extra pressure out of that left knee. For some of you, this is going to be it. This is all you need. Others, if you're okay with it, everything has to be okay. Left hip, left knee, left foot, everything over there, left low back. You can pick up the right foot, put it on top of the left thigh, and let gravity give you something a little extra special here. Breathe and expand. Keep pushing that inner foot into the floor. Any funny business in the knee, the hip, the back, come out. When you're ready, we'll gently release. Come back to center, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We'll take that to the other side. So knees will come over to the left. When they do that, I'm going to press the inner arch, the inner foot of the right foot into the floor. Now you can stay here if this is enough, or you can pick up that left foot, put it right on top of the right thigh. And remember, when you do these, you want to be on the thigh, not the knee joint. The knee joint doesn't like that. And breathe and expand. And when you're ready, we'll release, coming back to center, and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. One last time, knees into the chest. Find that length. And then we'll find Savasana. So you can take any props that you want here. I love my bolster in Savasana right under my legs here. Gonna get settled in. Good. And then as you settle into the heart space, coming back to positive affirmations, say this one to yourself: today is full of possibilities. Today is full of possibilities. Taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness, or gently take head and neck from side to side. Choose stillness, or invite movement of fingers and toes. Choosing stillness, or bringing knees into the chest. Choosing to keep the upper body grounded, or maybe lifting up into a hug. And choosing stillness, or moving any props out of the way that you may have used. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex the feet, bend and stretch through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And whenever you're ready, bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over to your right or left side, the side that works best for your body. Taking all the time that you need here, and when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat where we normally start our Yin Yoga practice. Noticing how you feel. Fingertips to the side, big inhale, some positivity. Touching palms together. Exhale, hands in heart center. Reconnecting with each of those positive affirmations one more time. We'll take them to the forehead for good and true thoughts, to the lips for good and kind words, and to the heart for open and loving hearts, knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, evening, week, month, season ahead. Thank you so much. Namaste.